States groan as Naira note scarcity bites harder on transport sector. INEC admits H's insist on Beaver's deployment for March 11 poll. Ukrainians defending Bakhmut under severe pressure for Russian onslaught. Before the news in detail, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let us give him maximum support for the task ahead. Good evening and welcome to the news tonight. My name is Maureen Stone Enujoke. The Commissioner for Works, Engineer Ifeanyi Okoma, stated this while interacting with ABS Works correspondent Gozo Bileri at his office in Oka. According to Engineer Okoma, work is ongoing on various roads across the state in line with the governor's policy of giving the Anambra quality roads. Engineer Okoma added that the 26.4 kilometers Amansi Ndi Awa Ufuma with erosion control project is motorable all through and about 80% completed. He also noted that the 16.5 kilometers Umunoko Nza Ozubulu Ukbo is also completed. The Works Commissioner urged Anambra to support Governor Soludo's transformation agenda by voting all APGA candidates during the Saturday, 11th March House of Assembly election so that he can concentrate on his plans to make Anambra a livable homeland without hitches. Residents and road users of Club Street, Oka, have expressed deep appreciation to Governor Chukwuma Soludo for the completion of the road project. They made their feelings known when our Works correspondent Gozo Bileri monitored the situation on the road. Her report.
When the ABS arrived at Club Street from the Regina Shelley axis to the Ngozika Estate axis, it was observed that the road has been fully tarred and opened for traffic. The road, which hitherto was a death trap for the users, is now well tarred from the gutter to the gutter. Reacting to the development, an engineer with the Federal Road Maintenance Agency FEMA, Engineer Chijioke Ezudike, said he now enjoys riding through the road and said that the road is very strategic as it connects two major housing estates in Oka, the Rockland and Ngozika housing estates. He said that the street holds high economic value to the state, given the revenue generated from the clubs and eateries in the area. He, however, advised the state government to monitor contractors in terms of working out the specifications to the letter, especially to make sure they use boulders instead of stone base where necessary.
Businesses strive very well here, and most club activities also on this place. And you see the road links two major estates, the Ngozika Stroke Rockland Estate and the Iyago 1 and 2. So I'm urging the state government to come up with a bigger Sejin that would measure at least nothing less than 11.5 this way and 11.5 the other way.
In their separate speeches, some tricycle drivers, Mrs. Sunday, Aja, and Matthew Usude, appreciated Governor Soludo for the good job he is doing in the state through the provision of road infrastructure and other dividends of democracy. According to them, the governor has their full support, even as they said that they are now seeing the dividends of their taxes.
I'm very, very happy the way I saw you. So I thank the man, Soludo, and the way that they like it. We are very, very happy about it.
You're wrong, Cha. When I got your leg backward. But we thank God today for this our MSA Sweet Global. Who know what is good down my head. So you do to another guy who Nana Braya Chawapanoya.
In Oka, I am Ngozi Obileri for ABS News.
The impact of the recent Naira redesign and cashless policy has continued to hurt citizens as most sectors of the economy remained affected. One of the most affected is the highly transactional and service-oriented transportation sector, which is crucial to Nigeria's economic growth as it allows people and goods to move to their final destination on a daily basis. Correspondent Onyinye Agobeze filed the report taken from our studio.
Observing the businesses in various motor parks in Oka, the ABS crew spoke with some drivers and passengers who lamented immensely about the new developments. For Mr. Ugochukwu Onoha and Mr. Emmanuel Chidozie, the policy has resulted in a low influx of passengers. They said that passengers find it difficult to pay for their trips and therefore resort to pay through transfer, which is most time interfered with as a result of poor network service, causing delays and losses on their path.
Because none I make I need with injection. Many people after the money we buy motor. Then I just come with the cash. And now go for another double up the money. So quickly before that I go the money.
They're affecting everybody in the states. The transport business now in Anambra is not moving actually because of their.
According to Mr. Etodi Chukwu Ezejimo and Mr. Emmanuel Ngala, managers of various parks, the number of trips their parks covered per day has been seriously reduced because passengers do not have physical cash to travel. They noted that some of their drivers were not technologically savvy, making it difficult for them to make the necessary purchase for a trip. They also stated that the policy is not a bad one, but implementation is the major challenge.
For one driver nile and ATM. You got that. Agadi nweke driver sa he nwe ATM. Shaga na araba ha. Ndi function na ego ohoro. I remember ka na ego ohoro na ego ohoro. Owu mo nile ji cash ha bia. O na ara ezigbo ahụ na you can see now passenger no here much.
To say man nwa bụ ndị na-arụ ọrụ motor vehicle. Most of our passengers bụ ego ka aja aba moto abịa ebe ndị mmadụ adị anatazi ego nwanne na afịa ije igote ihe asị na new note ka achọ before anyị na-agba 2 trips 3 trips but agita bụ half trip because of the lack of the currency.
Miss Mmesomobi and a man who chose to remain anonymous, some of the passengers expressed their dissatisfaction with how the policy is being implemented, noting that they are forced to spend more money to transport themselves as a result of additional POS charges. They implored the government for further action to alleviate the people suffering as a result of cashless policy.
Communities have been urged to take ownership of various infrastructural development projects going on in their areas to achieve the desired goals. Speaking in Oka, a public affairs analyst, Chief Jude Emecheta, said Governor Chukwuma Soludo has demonstrated commitment to fulfill promises made to Anambra and justify the confidence reposed in him. Correspondent Paul Izoke found the report.
Chief Emecheta, who is the former managing director of Anambra State Signage and Advertisement Agency, ANSA, extolled the governor for the ongoing massive road construction in various parts of the state, which he noted is key to stimulating growth and development in all sectors of the state economy. He explained that the governor's strategic approach to road construction is opening up and linking the agricultural belt of the state that will help achieve food security and economic prosperity, as well as attract investors to explore opportunities in rural communities. According to Chief Emecheta, this will enable the state to establish agricultural estates and industrial clusters that will strengthen the manufacturing and production processes to build export capacity. While expressing dissatisfaction with the conduct of presidential and National Assembly elections, he urged the state electorate to come out en masse on March 11 to vote for ABGA candidates who will key into Governor Soludo's development initiatives to sustain cordial and collaborative relationship among the arms of government. Also speaking, Anambra State Chairman of the Miners Association of Nigeria, Chief Henry Boeli, said Governor Soludo is putting in place necessary infrastructure that will accelerate industrial development and expand economic growth. Chief Boeli explained that with such quality roads crisscrossing the hinterlands, investors will be encouraged to establish small-scale industries across the state and use the abundant mineral resources in the state as raw materials to further boost the mining sector, create employment, and increase revenue generation. He noted that increasing the state production capacity will reduce the country's dependency on importation and enable the state contribute significantly to export of finished products. In Oka, Paul Ezoke, ABS News.
To facilitate holistic mental and physical development through the hunt and acquisition of different skills and talents were the aims for which Bishop Crowder Seminary, Oka, holds her annual inter-house sports competition. This year's event, which marks the 30th edition, has as its theme Unveiling Great Potential Through Sports. Our correspondent, Emeka Chibuzo Okoye, has the details.
The event held at the school field was attended by their counterpart schools and sports lovers. It featured relay races, athletics, march past, shot put, javelin, football match, and other sports and games. In an address of welcome, the principal of the school, Venerable Dr. Nnamdi Emendo, said their teaching and learning centered on creativity, the ability to think and create something new, stating that sports and bodily exercise play great roles in mental alertness, which enhances the academic excellence in any student. Venerable Emendu disclosed that this year's theme aimed at making their students become lead agents that provide the holistic development of their people, as well as improving their performance in competitive sports and attitudes to pursue a physical, active lifestyle.
May I use this opportunity to thank our assistant, the proprietor of this great seminary, the most Reverend Alexander Chibuzo Ibezim, PhD, for his support here and encouragement in all aspects of education, covering academic, spiritual, and sports to us.
In a goodwill message, the Vice Chairman of the Parents Teachers Association of the school, Mr. Ajunuchukwu Igwe, praised the management and staff of the school for directing, reshaping, and instilling good morals in their students, noting that sports will improve their physical capabilities. Speaking shortly after the exercise, a parent, Sir Amechi Ejiogo, said the school sets standard in all aspects of academics, saying their pedigree is second to none in how they mold, nurture, and give sound academic training. Speaking on behalf of the Old Boys Association of the school, Venerable Chimdiebele Enukora, who is also in the school, said Bishop Crowder has produced prominent scholars, testifying that the school is a better place to mold and nurture children for a brighter future.
We've been able to tile the school, we've been able to set up the administrative block of the Old Boy, the stanchion tanks were built by Old Boys. The school gates by one of the Old Boys, Barrister Uche Okeke. We renovated the school vehicle, the seminary bus given to us by P2B's administration.
Echendu House, whose patron is architect Benjamin Echendu, took the overall first position, followed by Obi House, who has Venerable Kamto Obi as patron, while Etiaba House, with Mr. Echezon Etiaba, son, as patron, took the overall third position.
On the news, INEC admits hitches insist on Beaver's deployment for March 11th poll. Ukrainians defending Bakhmut under severe pressure for Russian onslaught. And here is a special message. Governor Chukwu Masteludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let us give him maximum support for the task ahead. Do stay tuned. We'll be back after this break.
A peak protein breakfast gets you up to a great day. How do I know? Because my daddy goes to his work feeling good and always with a smile. Mommy is always filled with confidence. My sister is always in tune. And for me, learning new things becomes absolute fun. That's because all day and every day, the peak goes on.
Start your day with a peak protein breakfast. Peak. Reach.
Glad to know you're still watching. The chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, has assured Nigerians that the bimodal voter accreditation system, BVAS, will be used in the forthcoming governorship and state legislature elections. Mr. Yakubu gave the assurance in a meeting with all the resident electoral commissioners at the INEC headquarters in Abuja. According to him, the BVAS machines will be used for the elections, though the devices are being worked on to avoid a repeat of the glitches recorded for the last Saturday's elections. This meeting is holding exactly 1 week after the Presidential and National Assembly elections and 1 week to the governorship and state assembly elections. In his welcome remarks, the INEC Chairman noted that the meeting is to review performances at the last week's elections, adding that there are lessons to be learned from last week's elections, especially as it relates to logistics management. He urged the RECs to work harder to ensure that the governorship elections do not experience the same glitches recorded with the last elections, while calling for disciplining of staff who err. Enugu to Aguleri, Anambra East Council area was agog as the traditional ruler Igwe Iwanugo Ejiofor performed his first Ogala Festival in grand style. Ogala Njiko Enugu to Aguleri, as it was tagged, saw the community go in a joyous mood after mourning the late traditional ruler Igwe Emmanuel Obiora recently. Correspondent Amaka Chibuzo Okoye has the report.
The Enugu came out en masse to promote their rich culture and use the opportunity to pray to their ancestors to bless their land as an agrarian community and their sons and daughters. The Ogala attracted traditional rulers from other communities, especially those from Anambra North and Omabala Aziz, Ndi Chie, Ndi Ojana, members of the ruling council, Ndi Ogonwani, and many other groups. The event got to its peak when Igwe Ejiofor stepped out in his ceremonial royal attire, accompanied by his wife, Mrs. Ifeoma Ejiofor, and his cabinet. They were led by the Igbeze as they danced around the arena, exchanging pleasantries with his guests. After the dance, Igwe Ejiofor performed the Kola Nut ritual, where he thanked God for his emergence and for making it possible to host the Ogala, which he said has united Enugu to be in peace with one another, share uncommon love, and settle all the lingering issues within the town and with neighboring communities. Igwe Ejiofor extolled the present administration for awarding the Aguleri Road and provision of electricity, while calling on Orient Refinery to live up to their corporate social responsibility by giving them whatever is due to them as the host community. The chairman of Anambra East Traditional Rulers Council, Igwe George Ekwalo, who is also the traditional ruler of Umuobanam, commended Ndi Enugu for rallying round their traditional ruler and urged them to sustain the support to ensure a successful reign, saying that as an older traditional ruler, it is his responsibility to direct the younger ones on how to get it right and be in peace with their subjects. Igwe Ejiofor during the Ogala Festival conferred chieftaincy title on some individuals who have distinguished themselves in different spheres of life and have contributed to the development and progress of the community. One of the beneficiaries, Chief Nnamdi Admori Kelly, who served the community as President General, thanked God for the speedy progress and peace recorded in the community and efforts made to have a constitution that will guide the community. The new town executive was inaugurated with Mr. Joseph Odipo as President General. Exhibitions of masquerades, paying homages, and other cultural displays added glamour to the Ogala Festival. I am Amaka Chibuzo Okoye, ABS News.
Defending Bakhmut are facing increasingly strong pressure from Russian forces, according to British military intelligence, with intense fighting taking place in and around the eastern city. Ukraine is reinforcing the area with elite units, while the regular Russian army and forces of the Russian private military Wagner Group have made further advances into Bakhmut's northern suburbs. The UK Ministry of Defense disclosed this on Twitter. General Sir Richard Shiref, a former NATO Deputy Supreme Allied Commander for Europe, said if Russia succeeded in taking Bakhmut, it would be a Pyrrhic victory. The Defense Ministry said 2 key bridges in Bakhmut had been destroyed within the past 36 hours, adding that Ukrainian-held resupply routes out of the city were increasingly limited. Russian artillery pounded the last routes out of Bakhmut, aiming to complete the encirclement of the besieged city and bring Moscow closer to its first major victory in the war in 6 months. Reigning AfroBasket women champions, Nigeria dropped sport to 16th place from her previous 15th, but retained #1 spot in Africa with 378.3 points in the FIBA World Ranking. Mali also dropped 1 spot to be 27th in the world ranking and in 2nd place on the African continent with 254.5 points. Senegal is 31st in the world and 3rd in Africa with 223.3 points, while Egypt moved 3 points up to rank 39th and 4th in Africa with 156.1 points, and Mozambique moved 4 spots up to rank 43rd and 5th in Africa. Egypt and Mozambique attained impressive climbs off the back of a successful campaign in the FIBA Women's AfroBasket 2023 qualifiers. Since the previous update of the FIBA World Ranking Women presented by INEC, only European and African teams have participated in official FIBA events. There were no competition in Americas, Asia, or Oceania. Do remember you can follow ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page at ABS Radio Television Oka, subscribe to our YouTube page at ABS Television Oka, and follow us on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. Log on to our website www.absradiotv.com. Now a recap of the main points. Anambra State government has restated resolve to deliver more quality roads projects across the state. Commuters in the state have groaned as Naira note scarcity bites harder on transport sector. INEC has admitted H's insisted on Beaver's deployment for March 11th poll. Ukrainians defending Bakhmut under severe pressure for Russian onslaught. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let us give him maximum support for the task ahead. And with that special message, we come to the end of our news for tonight. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Maureen Stone Enujoke. Kachifo.